sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. If you want to be in on the conversation all day, follow us on Twitter and Google+. Watching EuroBasket, I have to say I can't get over how exciting it is. These guys play with so much passion and desire, they run good offensive sets consistently, and there are very few timeouts. I wish the NBA could take a page out of their book and limit timeouts and commercial breaks. It makes the whole thing much more fun to watch. This game had lots to cover, so let's get into it. Spain starts the game with a great wrinkle out of horns. Double high post and Rubio gets the back screen with all the room in the world to score. The help is too late and Spain gets the layup. Tony Parker was France's only scoring threat through much of this game and destroyed Spain's defense early with jumpers from all over the floor. France runs horns but goes with the pick and roll to start. Claver gets lost on the help, allowing Laverne to get the tip in. France likes to set weak side flare screens, but instead of spotting up, Cahuti dives to the basket. Two Spanish defenders rotate to him, leaving Diao wide open. Spain loves going high-low to get Marc Gasol easy baskets, and here Aguilar flashes to the middle, but throws a poor pass that Gasol has to wait for. He scores, but it wasn't easy. Sergio Rodriguez is a master with the ball, and watch how he looks the defender away from the easy pass when the defender should have stayed home on the shooter closest to the ball. Splash. Watch how Aguilar picks up Yule's man. Instead of picking up Petrus, Yule inexplicably starts running all over the place, leaving Petrus wide open under the basket. It takes an amazing effort by Aguilar to stop this shot. Here's another example of Sergio Rodriguez's superior court vision on the fast break. All you young players need to study Tony Parker's footwork. As he approaches the basket, he goes off 2 feet with his right foot leaning on the right side of the hoop. This quick release catches Gasol by surprise and he can't stop it. Here's an interesting sequence involving Ricky Rubio. He goes to the basket and gets hit hard by Petrus but doesn't get the call. After a miss and a turnover, Ricky gets tangled up with Petrus again, but it's Ajan Sa who nails him in the face with a flare screen. When Rubio retaliates, he gets called for the foul. Midway through the third, France could not get anyone other than Parker to score consistently, but that changed suddenly as Dio comes out of nowhere to nail this desperation three as the shot clock wound down. While Parker scored a lot, he wasn't perfect taking this wild shot. France couldn't get back fast enough, and there's Rudy calling for the alley-oop, and it's Sergio Fernandez hitting him with a gorgeous pass. Genial! Spain was still cruising along with a 9-point lead till Gasol missed this free throw. France comes down and watch Yule help even though Gasol is already standing there. He should have been aware of Gelabale in the corner who nails this three.
Didn't have any three-pointers at halftime, did they?
Spain shifts to a 2-3 zone, which allowed France to set an inside screen. Watch San Emeterio sink away too low, even though it's his man 1 pass away. This is a wide open three, and Gelabale knocks another one down. Down 3, France decided to play 2-3 zone as well. Spain sets inside screens on both guards. Fernandez opts to go to the outside, and by cutting Claver through the lane, Petrus has to pick him up. A simply gorgeous cross-court pass from Sergio gets an open look for Yule, who knocks it down. France was able to exploit pick and rolls with whomever Marc Gasol was guarding. On this inside screen, Calderon needs to stick with Diao, but instead gets caught in no man's land, and Diao makes him pay. Spain was still running good offense and getting great shots. Batum keeps his man along the baseline, which is good, but Gelabale completely loses Fernandez, who gets a dunk and a phantom foul call. To stop Gasol from getting caught in high pick and rolls, Rubio switches with him. Problem is, it's now Gasol's rotation towards the weak side corner. No way he can get out there, and France expertly finds Batum for the three. At this point, Rubio comes out of the game, never to return. France is able to get Gasol back on the perimeter where Tony Parker blows right by him. Rudy Fernandez should have helped on the drive, but has no clue Parker was getting a layup. Down 2, France turns up the pressure on defense. Diao denies Claver, Parker denies Calderon, and now the shot clock is working against Spain. Excellent pursuit and a deflection force a wild shot. Parker chooses the wrong guy to box out, but Sergio Rodriguez makes his only bad decision of the game with this wild shot in the lane. Tony Parker comes down with the ball and calmly nails a huge, clutch 3. It's crunch time and Spain goes back to horns. They rescreen the ball and have Gasol dive to the hoop. Diaw must step up to guard Gasol, and Batum would sink and pick up Kleber. This doesn't happen, and Gasol gets the layup. Another problematic pass by Diaw to the rolling Ajansa, who has to wait for it to come down. He gets fouled instead of an open layup and only hits one free throw. Spain wants to run horns again, but Fernandez wanders over to Calderon's side. The floor balance is off, and Rodriguez gets to the basket but can't finish. Here's bad clock management, as France has less than a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Parker starts his attack with 10 seconds to go when he should have waited till 7 seconds. Fantastic block by Fernandez, and now Spain has plenty of time to head up the court and get a good shot to win. Batum is lost out there, Petrus doesn't say anything, and Spain gets a great chance to win. Spain went to Gasol in the low post throughout the game, but with such little motion by the other 4 players, it allowed the defense to shift over and easily get in his way. This play resulted in a turnover. With a 2-point lead late in the game, Spain starts to play not to lose, and again takes way too much time to get into their offense. The shot clock is under 8 before they even look to attack. They have a chance to throw it in down low to Gasol, but because Calderon cut through too early, Kleber doesn't want to throw the ball and get it stolen. This forces Rodriguez to throw up a bad shot at the shot clock buzzer. Both teams struggled at times with pick and roll defense, and on this play, it's Rudy Fernandez's job to bump the roll man to give time to his teammates to recover. Instead, he's stuck to Nando De Colo on the weak side, and this allows Ajansa to roll to the hoop and hit a tough shot over Gasol. France had several excellent possessions of pressure defense, which forced 4 or 5 Spanish players to come out above the free throw line. Spain runs a zipper cut into pick and roll, something we see Parker run with the Spurs all the time. However, Ajansa hedges aggressively and forces Calderon backwards. Something is also wrong with Spain's execution of this play. It makes no sense for Kleber to cut along the baseline and become the 4th player on the right side of the floor. Because of the bad spacing and Calderon's pause before throwing the ball, it allowed Batum to rotate and knock the ball away. Down 2, Spain has another disorganized possession. You have Kleber trying to set a screen, but Calderon doesn't want it. Gasol tries to set a weird screen, but Fernandez turns it down. They finally hit Gasol as the roll man, but Kleber inexplicably passes up the perfect shot for the lead. With no time left, he has to rush his shot and misses badly. To make matters worse, he intentionally fouls Parker in transition, giving France 2 free throws and the ball back. Down by 4, the only thing France wants to do is make Spain take time off the clock and not foul. They clearly don't understand ice defense on the sideline screen and roll, where Gasol's man would have been standing on the block. Instead, Petrus tries to hedge high, and that opens a quick drive and score for Rodriguez. With a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock, France assumes Spain will just play regular defense and get a stop. Instead, Spain surprised France with a full-court press, and Tony Parker, of all people, throws a terrible looping cross-court pass which results in a turnover. This is stunning. Mathematically, you'd want to get a 2-for-1 in this situation, but in reality, with only a 6-second difference to start, Spain wouldn't even get the ball back with enough time to shoot a game-winning shot. It was definitely not worth it to have Sergio Rodriguez rush this shot. You'd think France is safe with a 4-point lead and under 20 seconds left. The only thing they don't want to do is foul. So of course, Diaw hammers him almost on purpose, and Rodriguez gets an and one. Just a terrible mental mistake. Down 3 with plenty of time, Spain almost runs a great play. Had Gasol rolled and forced Diaw to help, which up 3 he should not have, Rodriguez would have been wide open. However, Yul wanders over to the right side, bringing his man to get in the way. This cannot have been what the Spanish coaches wanted. By the time they think to shoot, it's too late, and the game is over.
Oh! And like a guillotine, France have dropped!
Tony Parker has played with Greg Popovich his whole career and is one of the most intelligent players in the NBA, so it's almost refreshing to see him make mental mistakes like the early shot and bad pass. Even the best of the best aren't perfect. That said, France was able to steal this win with some timely three-pointers in the second half and a meltdown by Spain's offense down the stretch. Why wasn't Rubio in at all for the last 5 minutes of the game in all of overtime? I do have a new favorite player in Sergio Rodriguez, and I have no idea where he finds the time to play banjo in the band Mumford & Sons. Well, thanks for joining us, sports fans. We have some incredible breakdowns coming up, like the top 5 defenders on LeBron James. You won't want to miss it, since you know as well as I do that at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?